Hi, it's Dr. Sasheen. You know, at various points in time in my life, I have started over again. I have left someplace and gone someplace else, not even having a place to live. I've done that a couple of times. I've started over again in my careers. The iteration of the career that I'm on now is one that I started after I was doing something else. And I've lived through a couple of, the Great Recession. Remember that? 2008. Grad school twice. And starting over is not hard. Scary, but not hard. And so as we think about life in the next chapters, and there are so many things right now, right? And that's why I'm encouraging you to turn the TV off and turn off some of the things so that you can focus again. Because the time for handling the really big things is now and later. But the really big things are also things in your life that you need to think about in a very realistic way. So if you've been putting things off, remember we had our 2025 bingo card, and there are things on there that I really encourage you to go back and take a look at and see if you are where you need to be on your road to the priorities that you've set for yourself for 2025. And if you haven't set your priorities yet, then look in the description, link to the Magical 7, Prioritizing and Thriving in 2025, and download your copy of the workbook. Get yourself in there and start working out your priorities. They may have shifted even since the beginning of the year, and that's okay. The fluidity of being this age allows us some perspective. We're gonna change. Remember, bend, don't break. We have things that we need to keep our eye on. Remember, non-negotiable piece. But I don't want you to become paralyzed with inactivity because of information overload. And so I am begging you not to click the bait. So now that I've referenced 5 different videos in this one, this video is about letting you know that it's okay to think about doing a completely 180 from everything that you thought you would be doing at this moment. It may be time to shelve a dream that you had or reimagine it in a new location, with different people, in a different way, because there's a lot of things happening right now, but there's also a lot of opportunity happening right now. And I want you to think about the dreams that you have and where you want to be and how you can work that in to what's happening right now, because things are happening on a global level, absolutely, but they're also happening at the local level. And I mean inside your house. And you have to balance those two things. You cannot be so focused on what's happening globally that you can't act locally inside your own home to protect your peace. And so what are some things that you can do as you are sitting down to think about 2025? What are the things that you need to reimagine? What are the priorities that were important on January 20th that you might be like, okay, let me figure out how I'm going to do this, because life is changing at a very rapid pace, but I'm looking down the road and I still need to do this, or I still want to do this, or I still desire to do this. Whether that's start a business, read a book, move away, take an extended sabbatical, hint, hint, or relocate your family to a place where you feel safer and more secure. Maybe that's what you need to think about. Maybe you need to think about, hey, wouldn't this be a really good time for me to go ahead and invest in that RV that I had been thinking about and make my life a little more mobile until I decide, or at least until I can see what's happening with the world around me and decide where I'm going to land. There are many pathways right now that are possibly flowing towards the dreams that you still have. But it may be time to think about, how do I get there in a different way? Who do I need? Tribe? Who do I need to help me get there? Where am I going? It's still the same place. And what's the best path for me to get there? Be practical, but also you got to still hang on to your priorities and hang on to your dreams. So you've got some work to do. Mental work, emotional work, and physical work. And we're going to get there together. We're going to figure it out together. And as we are figuring it out, and as you are figuring out, we're going to find ways to manage our anxiety. We're going to find ways to keep our physical health up. I'm already, back on my workout routine, drinking my water, taking my vitamins, and getting enough sleep. Oh my gosh, getting enough sleep, especially in this time where things are so uncertain. But we're gonna work through the plan. Just like I said yesterday, we're going to keep our counsel, we're going to make our plan, and we're going to execute. And we're going to do that because we do not have a choice. I'm talking to the person who right now is paralyzed with fear and uncertainty and doesn't know whether you are coming or going or which way is up or down. Breathe. Breathe. You're still here. And if you're still here on this side of the grass, as I like to say, then that means you still have options. And it means you still have choices. And it means that you still need to put one foot in front of the other and keep it going, keep it moving. Get your magical 7, start working on your priorities again, get your magical 7 out, see if things have changed for you, and maybe you're prioritizing some different things. Maybe you really thought, I'm going to hit the ground running and do all these things where I'm planted. And now you're like, I just want to go. I just want to go. Then my friend, how do we get you there? How do we get you gone to a place where you can breathe again, where you can feel a sense of peace? Maybe you're like, I had planned to sit out and not do anything politically, but now I feel like I need to re-engage. Okay, so what's the plan going to look like now then? What do you need to be doing to make yourself feel like you are doing that thing again? Whatever it is, the time for the onslaught of shock and awe, misinformation, disinformation, discombobulation in your own personal world has to come to an end. You have to stop engaging with all of the drama. Like I said in the video the other day, find your truth tellers. Decide when you're going to let them tell you the truth, give you the news of the day, give you the things that have happened that you need to pay attention to, and then take that slice of the world and do something with that. Allow that slice to be what you get, how you get your information, and turn off the rest of it. Because as quiet as it's being kept, there are a lot of channels that are making a good living right now, stoking the fire of confusion and fear. And not enough channels out there saying, hey, listen, I hear what you're saying. It's very crazy and it's very confusing, and I get what you're saying, but I need you to take a step back and look at the priority that's in front of you. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? What's important to you? And don't let anybody tell you that you're selfish and that you need to be thinking about the bigger picture. We thought about the bigger picture, and here's where we are. So now think about the smaller picture. Instead of the macro, think about the micro. Instead of the global, think about the local. How do you move from your point A to your point B? That is your assignment right now, and one that I hope you undertake. Pick up the magical 7, click like and subscribe and share, and I'll talk to you soon.